My name is Michelle Bryan. I'm the Programme Leader for the Masters of Midwifery, and the courses that I run are specifically focused on students doing the theory aspect of their midwifery acquisition of knowledge. The focus of using ePortfolio was so that students would actually have an electronic way of recording the care interactions that they actually complete. So the Masters of Midwifery was re-accredited this year, and the new requirements for midwives to register at the end of their training is that they have to show evidence that they have followed 20 women through their pregnancies, the whole pregnancy, labour and postnatal. And as well as doing these 20 follow-throughs, they also have to show that they've done 100 antenatals, 100 postnatals, and that they've been at 20 normal births and 20 abnormal births. So that's a lot of information. And this is the first time our students have had to actually provide all this evidence. In previous years, we knew this was coming, so we got our students to collect data on 5 women. And the folder that they submitted was absolutely huge, you can imagine. So we actually really embraced this and thought it was a fantastic idea. And so what that meant for me, as the most un-IT savvy person in midwifery, and I have actually had to put up with a lot of jibbing from my colleague, who is very IT savvy. And I've lost it now, so you can see. Yeah, there we go. She's crouching in the front here. I did get a lot of grief, but I say to the students, look, I can use it, so you can use it, which doesn't sound very supportive. But so what I had to learn to do was I had to learn to, with the support of Keith, create new templates. So I'm just showing you how we do that. So down the side here you can see that CV, so we've got personal, professional and academic. I went in, and I won't share my CV with you, but I actually started to do that, and the first time you do it, it is very time consuming. It takes, but you know, I'm still going. But once you've got all the information in there, I can see the potential that it would be very useful if I'm applying for a job somewhere else, which I'm not at the moment, so hence I haven't rushed to complete my CV. So back to the midwifery programme, we have these folders called experiences, and they're set out as templates. So you can see down here, we expect our students to do antenatal experiences, to record any woman that they see in labour. There's one there that says experience, and they talk about their reflections in there, and then we've actually just got a grid of individual follow-throughs. So I'll just show you that one first. So these follow-through experiences that our students engage in are called Connect. So that's what the Connect means. So it's called the Connect programme. So we open the grid, and it's a blank template when you do it as the academic. You actually name it, you identify what it is that you want to show in there. So I'm trying to just make it bigger for you. I told you I was the least IT savvy person going.
Yeah, down there.
How do I make it bigger?
Drag to the right.
Nope, it's not going to do it. So we save this record as, so our students have been saving it as woman 1, woman 2, woman 3 and so on. And in here we've got the date that the woman's due, this is the first antenatal appointment that the student meets the woman at, and so you can see that this is just a template of each woman that they follow through. And then we close that down, and the student goes in and they complete their antenatal experience. It's just the same, it's a template. So whichever course you're running, you make a template for whatever you want your students to submit. You are in control of that aspect. Okay, so the same thing, day, gestation, what happens at the appointment. You can see there that we've got somewhere for the student to record their blood pressure, the fundal height, the lie of the baby, that sort of thing. All right. So what our students have been challenged on at the moment, because this is a new system for them, is they're sort of double inputting the information at the moment. They're writing it on paper and they're doing the portfolio. So that's the challenge we're at the moment, and we're liaising with our students to sort of sort out more education, get over what the difficulties are. And so with any new system, it needs that communication and that collaborative approach. You can't just say to students, you will do it. So this is what the student sees. This is the e-portfolio. As an academic, I actually have another side to this called Atlas. So when we go into Atlas, the student completes all those follow-through women and all their 100 antenatals, all their 100 postnatals. And what's really nice for me, is that every time they share it, my email box was absolutely full. You can imagine for every student I've got, last semester they all sent me 5 women. So 5 women for every appointment they saw, every birth they were at. My email was just chock-a-block. So I sort of screamed, "Help, Keith! It's getting out of hand." So what our very good student Jane has done is she's created something called a webfolio. So as Christine was saying, it's about creating a pace at which the students can keep up. So don't give them the whole thing and say you need to present this much. We teach them to present it in bite-sized pieces, and then as we hit a challenge like I did, we then go, right, let's go to the next stage. Let's create a folder, so everything you do for woman 1 is in one folder. Everything you do for woman 2 is in another folder. And so we call that a folio. But just to show you what I can see when the students send me their information. So, so in here we've got a bit of information about what the Connect programme is for the students, and then I've got a heading here for submissions. So I'll just show you short and briefly. This is all the work the students have actually shared with me, and it goes on and on. But just here we have Jane's portfolio. So are you happy for me to open it, Jane? Would you like to come and talk about it?
That's not actually my web folio though.
So let's find your web folio. Let's go down a bit.
It's called Maternal Instinct.
I'll just type the name in here.
Scroll down a bit more, Michelle. I think it was down.
There it is. If you just type the student's name in at the top, everything that the student's done comes to the top. So you have the template that we created, but then when it's shown to you as a web folio, like when the student gives you access to see their work, this is how you see it. So it's quite smart, and the students can change the heading. As you can see, Jane's got a nice picture of a baby holding Dad's hand there. So do you want to come and talk about any challenges or benefits that you've experienced?
Sure. Did you want me to show how I made the web folio?
You can do.
Or
what do people want to see?
I don't mind. Well, if I log in from a student perspective then.
Okay. There we go.
I think you have to bug out, so if you just close
Yeah.
yours.
There you go. And log back in. Sorry, Jane.
It's okay.
So as you could see, that web folio said woman 1. So Jane's put all her information about one woman into one folder and sent that to me. So it's been quite time consuming for the students, and as we know, it's approaching, what are we, week 5, week 6? And the students are quite stressed as it is with other academic assessments that they've got. So one of the complaints the students have had is that they're double logging some of this information at the moment. So that's something that we are actually going to address at the moment. But you can see in the long run that if they've got 20 women to input, that it will be much quicker for them. It's a lovely
So,
picture.
the thing with the web folios is that you really do have to build them sort of from the bottom up. So you get a collection of assets. So for me, I have to put absolutely everything that I want to put in my web folio first off into PebblePad. So I can put in here, this is pretty much absolutely everything as I've done it. And then from here, I can then build my folder. And I had to do, in order to make one big folder that everything was in, I had to make smaller folders within that. So I started off by creating, So I've got 5 web folios within my one big web folio. So I'm really spoiled and only have to do 5 women because I got in early and got into that program. So these are my 5 women, and so to create a web folio, it's literally just a new web folio. And so from there I could make the title and start, actually let's do, so then I'd use, because if I do new page, then I literally have to type in all the information myself. But if I use existing asset, then I can just go and, so I've used initials to tag my women, and I can just click anything. So this is my woman 5, CE. So in her folder I click and confirm that, and so then that would be added. So anything I've done for my woman 5, I can upload that existing asset. No. So if we go to my actual, then I created my big overall one, which is, yeah, I guess what you saw before. So then within that, within this big web folio, I just added the existing asset of my smaller web folio. So I literally just had to add 5 assets to this one, and it's got everything. So, and I uploaded pictures, so as files, and then it opens up to like a different link, and then you can see the picture as well. So it is, you can do a lot with it, but like everyone's saying, especially Michelle, like just do a tiny bit at a time, otherwise it's far too much. And then I think the other thing I'd say is really encourage your students just to get used to the program, like spend literally just an hour a week. If they can block out an hour a week just to play around with the different options and click on this and, oh, okay, that does that. I think, you know, when you start, it's really, I don't want to use this, it's all too hard. But once you get used to it, it is quite straightforward and simple. Like I did, I was on night duty last week and they wanted me to do some blood training thing. So I literally did it. It emailed me the certificate, and then I uploaded it straight to PebblePad. So it does have the ability to be time saving, but you've got to be used to the program first. Otherwise it's just, yeah, you're doing everything twice and it's just frustrating.
And you can also scan hard copies in, you know, if people have got handwritten reports or certificates, you can actually just scan it and put that in the file as well.